Now for the final chapter on the Jim Thompson story. On March 26, 1967, Jim Thompson disappeared while on a visit to the Cameron Highlands in Malaysia. Not a single valid clue has been turned up in the ensuing years as to what might have happened to him. His famous Thai house, however, remains as a last reminder of his creative ability and his deep love of Thailand. I happen to have run into this gentleman here who has a connection to this, it's called Souk 11, right?
Souk 11, yeah.
Souk 11, and you're telling me that you're the owner of this place?
Yeah, and
fabulous.
I designed the whole thing, the whole area, yeah.
Congratulations, it's truly beautiful. I saw the Jim Thompson House, and I was reminded of the Jim Thompson House. I'm on the grounds of the Jim Thompson House, and as you can see, it's lush with tropical vegetation. That's not the main reason for renown. The renown is that Jim Thompson gathered here 6 buildings of traditional Thai architecture, and right there is the main one. There are smaller ones around the outside. One behind me here. Most of the houses were at least 2 centuries old and were easily dismantled and brought to the present site, some of them as far away as the old capital of Ayutthaya. So that is one reason that the Jim Thompson home is of historical interest, but the main point is still to come. What makes Thai architecture, traditional architecture, so interesting is, of course, the teak construction, the pitched roofs, and the houses are up on stilts. Stilts because of the rainy season and also to keep off any unwanted animals. Looking at the main residence of the Jim Thompson home, sitting up on posts. Unfortunately, no cameras are allowed inside, so the beauty of this place cannot be revealed, at least not in this vlog. And that's a shame, because the decorations in there are absolutely phenomenal. Now, let's get to the Jim Thompson story. Jim Thompson was an American who was born in Grenville, Delaware in 1906. He was a practicing architect prior to World War II. He volunteered for service in the U.S. Army, campaigned in Europe, and was later sent to Asia. However, the war ended before he saw action. He was sent to Bangkok a short time later as a military officer and fell in love with Thailand. After leaving the service, he decided to return and live here permanently, just like this fellow. Thailand to many people means silk, and here's an exhibit that outlines the creation of silk. Here's an exhibit of silkworms and how the silk thread is removed from the silkworm. This indicates that it was to a large extent a cottage industry. And here is how the silk is made. Now, Jim Thompson had a major connection to this entire process. The hand weaving of silk in Thailand was a neglected industry. However, it captured Jim Thompson's attention, and he devoted himself to reviving the craft in Thailand. He was highly gifted as a designer and textile colorist, and he contributed substantially to the industry's growth and to the worldwide recognition that is accorded to Thai silk. So that is the main claim of fame to Jim Thompson. And as a corollary, he created a home here where he gathered the 6 traditional Thai homes that we can tour today. Here's a little bit of the rich architecture that's found architecture and artifacts that are found inside the Jim Thompson House. Thailand, of course, is renowned for this type of thing. And there's a side building. Having toured the main house, it's a delight to be up there on the second floor. Right there was his bedroom and guest room on that side, and further throughout the house, huge living room, huge dining room, kitchen, and so on. Everything up on the second floor. Here's a peek into the living room of the Jim Thompson House. Doesn't show a whole lot, but it's a beautiful place. Some sneaks into the inside. Beautiful. That's what this place looks like. Now for the final chapter on the Jim Thompson story. On March 26, 1967, Jim Thompson disappeared while on a visit to the Cameron Highlands in Malaysia. Not a single valid clue has been turned up in the ensuing years as to what might have happened to him. His famous Thai house, however, remains as a last reminder of his creative ability and his deep love of Thailand. As I look at what Bangkok must have looked like before all the modern buildings came into this area, I noticed a restaurant over here called the Souk 11, and it appears to be an old style Thai structure, somewhat similar to what I found yesterday at the Jim Thompson estate. Let's have a look. This cool corner just off Souk 11, Soy 11 I should say, has more of the same. Back here, also labeled as Souk 11. Ah, there's a hostel here, up here in this nondescript building. This might be the entrance to the hostel. Yeah, probably. I happen to have run into this gentleman here who has a connection to this. It's called Souk 11, right?
Souk 11. Yeah.
Souk 11, and you're telling me that you're the owner of this place?
Yeah, and
fabulous.
I designed the whole thing. The whole area. Yeah.
Congratulations! It's truly beautiful. I saw the Jim Thompson House, and I was reminded of the Jim Thompson House here.
But this one actually is not the real house. It's a concrete building inside. But I made the facade with the old wood, the old window, and everything, and make it a new old house.
A new old house.
It just look like the old house. I made a proportion and everything changes to make it look a real wood house.
This is the hostel here, which is really nice. Let's talk about atmosphere. Continuation of this gentleman's tremendous work.
The other 3 floors up there, and then I rented the whole thing up from the second floor to the end.
To the end, yeah. Well, it's a long way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's so we're going this way up.
To
all the names, all the graffiti.
Yeah. Graffiti.
Thumbs up. This is a beautiful place. Oversized and nonsense will be erased. I'm walking down the corridor of the hostel Souk 11.
Rooms, yeah.
Okay.
Simple.
They're not made up right now.
No internet, no nothing.
Large rooms.
You have the hot water and the bed and aircon.
There's air conditioning. Yes, right. Up here in the leisure room, we find something extraordinary. This is a tuk-tuk.
No, it's a 3-law, tree cycle.
A tree cycle.
Tree cycle.
And what do you call that in Thai?
Yeah, 3-law.
3-law?
You mean tree.
Look at this. Oops, sorry.
They're still right before I take it here.
Yeah. This is pre-tuk-tuk. Very nice. We're walking the corridor on the third floor. This is the third floor, is it? Yes?
First floor.
Third floor, and we're walking through a wall that's been broken down. And this used to be what?
The separation wall. Yeah.
So we just found out that you used to have a very interesting profession. Not that this isn't interesting, but you used to be
an architect for 4 years.
For 4 years?
And after that, I joined Thai International.
Thai International?
And become a pilot.
Right.
And I worked for 32 years in Thai International.
Flying?
Yeah, flying.
So you must love flying.
Not at the moment. No. I already retired for 3 years already.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Do you not miss flying?
Anyway, I work too much.
Yes. Did you used to fly this?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Airbus.
Is it a good aircraft?
Yes, very good.
Do you prefer it to the Boeing?
I never fly Boeing.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're walking along the 4th floor and we're passing through a wall and a door. And you said you started this in the year 2000 with 4 units, you said?
Yeah, 4 units.
Four units. It's come a lot. And how many units do you have now?
70 rooms.
This is a part that was left from the old tenant. The wallpaper, the decorations, the door, the windows. The rest was all renovated. So as we proceed onward and forward.
This one is the very first one that we start the work with all the carpenter and the contractor.
Right.
So they made it very nice for this one.
Yes.
So they started all the work.
Mm-hmm. Is this teak wood or?
Oh no, it's maybe some pieces is teak, but they make this one. It's never been used as what I wish, because this one is a 2-story house.
Yeah.
This room, and you can connect to the one below.
Oh yes,
so
yes,
when
right.
you come in family, you can join the 2-story house together.
Yes, it's kind of a loft.
It was never used.
Yeah, well, maybe
and
someday.
And the outdoor bath. Yeah.
Outdoor bath?
Yeah.
All right. We're now outdoors. Oh, look at this sink. Yeah.
This is a bath.
Oh yeah.
The Koreans love it.
The Koreans love it. The Koreans love it. Yeah. The views here. And right over there is the SkyTrain. There's one going right by it right now. The SkyTrain. And it's
the swimming pool.
You have a swimming pool?
Inside.
Oh, okay.
Not out.
Oh, an inside swimming pool right down here.
You have the side of the swimming pool, and you bath here. You take a bath here.
Remember, this is not growing season right now. It's winter, sort of.
No.
So you need rain for this to turn green. Oh, hey, here's another one.
Yeah. I have together
6 of them. They must be worth something, huh?
This one is the best condition.
It is, yeah. It looks like you could take it out on the road and go with it right now.
I can still ride it on the road before we take.
Sends our full tour with our wonderful guest. It's written up in all the travel guides in Routard, so there's a lot of French people who come here. It's written up in Lonely Planet. Appreciate that. That was wonderful. Most unexpected. Thank you.
Okay.